Hello folks and good evening and welcome along to the channel. We are here with RIZE Racing League here for the Make Your History Season 2 Round 12 round race, and we are at Silverstone for the final race. Looking on at the standings real quick, I think it has already been done, as Craters has got 159 points over RKA, who isn't racing today, on 126. So Craters in that silver is the championship leader, championship winner. And there we go, we're getting ready for the lights. We've got 5 red lights and we are away for the final time in Season 2. Got the McLarens up front there, and there we've got Captain Jeff and Connor going side by side there, going through turn 1 now, going down into turn 3. The McLarens are still up front. That Haas goes right wide there on the exit, still managing to hold on to that third place, but is it going to be a tough one here? Is that Aston Martin of Connor going to come back? Looking further back at Rise McGurk here, he's going down the inside, going down into Brooklands on the championship leader. Is he going to manage to get it? Nope, he has to back out, and that's going to allow the other silver to get up the inside of Mitchy Boy up into 6th place, and McGurk has fallen down a bit further than intended. Captain Jeff being overtaken by the Aston Martin in 3rd place, and now being taken by the silver of Craters, who's moving up the field quite quickly, and same with Mitchy Boy. Is he going to be able to get past Captain Jeff here, going through Magnus and Beckett? This is really ballsy stuff here, but he unfortunately wasn't able to keep the momentum up that he needed. Looking on to Mitchy Boy being overtaken by Evan, and Craters is our championship leader and winner, as rightfully so, moved up into 3rd place now. So we're sitting with the other silver driver right now on the tail, and we can see Captain Jeff going a bit off track there, coming out of the final corner. Apparently a new thing that's just came up about this game is an update. I'm unsure if it's a bigger hindrance to the drivers, which I could only assume is drivers locking up. It's creating a big smoke screen apparently that's been happening, and it's been causing drivers some issues, but we'll see if that is going to become in effect today or not. Got Mitchy Boy still on the tail of that Alpine, going into Cops. Is he going to go down the inside? Nope, he decides to back off and hold out on that. And I just realised I've not got any of the data up, so we'll get the tyres up. Everyone on the softs except from Rise McGurk, who's on the medium, so that's an interesting one. Usually it would be a medium hard. Looking on at Connor there, going past Captain Jeff and up into 3rd place, up into 4th place now. Battling out quite fiercely here for that 4th position, and Craters has actually caught up to the back of both of them McLarens. Just give me one moment, folks. There we go. So there we go. So anyone who is watching live right now, I've got the chat open in front of me, so we could have a look and see what all you guys are thinking right now. And it looks like we've had a change for the lead between Dirty Taffy and Elpers. So both of them swapping places, and Elpers is out in the lead now. And this is not going to be good for that silver. Oh, looking on right now, we've got a terrible fudging hell camera view there. Great camera view, guys. EA, you suck. Looks like it's starting to rain, so that might be the reason why a lot of these drivers have put on the softer compound of tyres. McGurk might have made a bit of an error there regarding that. Moving up further, seeing Kreiter's trying to get around the outside that Stowe here. Is it going to work? No, not just yet. Mitchy Boy and Bucko side by side, going into Vale and around the club. Is Mitchy Boy going to be able to get past Connor here? Nicely does, but ends up getting a little slip of traction there on the exit, and that allows Connor to carry that momentum through to keep that 5th position. Going to move up just now on Kreiters as he's battling out for this for the place on that top step between the McLarens. Let's see, is he going to be able to get close enough anytime soon? No, doesn't look like it just yet. Got Captain Jeff into the pits. What tyres did they went on? They've went on the intermediate tyres. That's I think that may be a little bit early, to be honest, but we'll see how things are going to unfold. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. That was weird. Yellow flag for the briefest of moments. Got Mitchy Boy getting a 3-second time penalty. Don't want to be getting too many of them. Oh, it was for Kreiters. That was what the yellow flag was for. Did he get damage actually? I never even noticed that. Looking on at Mitchy Boy though. Is he going to manage to get that 5th position? Nope. Connor's got that there. Got up the inside, going into Stowe and now into the pits. The silver of Mitchy Boy does come, and following him in is Bucko, and they're going to be going on to the intermediate tyres. We'll go and watch with Captain Jeff. As we can see, the rain is pelting it down on the track. I think it's not going to be too long until we see the risk director say that the DRS has been disabled. Looks like he's faring quite nicely on them tyres. We'll see if he's going to be able to come out in front of these two here, of Mitchy Boy and Bucko. Doesn't look like it. He's a bit all over the place, unfortunately. They're just coming out, and I think he just pit a lap or two early, unfortunately. Yep, Captain Jeff just coming out just behind them two. So we've seen the gaps all open up a bit more. With this, no driver wanting to go for an overtake just yet, especially with being on them slick tyres that par pretty much, not even a puddle's worth of water really, so they're not really the best in these conditions. We'll see when these drivers are going to pit, or they're going to play the long game. Is it just going to be a quick shower, or is it just going to be an absolute downpour? That's the question. I'm actually quite curious as to if any of these other drivers are going to pit. So the McLarens stay out. Well, Dirty Taffy goes in. Evans in. Kreiters is in, and so is Connor and McGurk. So the only driver who stayed out is Elpars. We'll pay attention to them and see how they're going to fare during this this lap. And it's not looking hopeful. Struggling going around turn 1, that high speed right hand corner. So a little bit of swapping going on in the pits there, it seems. Evans actually managed to get out in front of Dirty Taffy and move up into 2nd place through a bit of well, as Professor McGonagall would say, sheer dumb luck. Let's see how Dirty Taffy is going to handle being behind the silver of Mitchy Boy. Mitchy Boy was actually behind just recently too. Behind Kreiters, but pitting that 1 lap earlier has helped out a significant portion. Bucko, Dirty Taffy and Mitchy Boy, and then you've got Criters just behind that with Connor following up just behind. So all still to play for here for that final podium position as the rain comes down harder and harder with each and every lap that happens. When are we going to end up seeing these pointless blue wall tyres come out? That is the question. Mitchy Boy and Dirty Taffy swapping places as Dirty Taffy moves up into third position. As well, let's see, did any of them get DRS? Has it been deactivated yet? Evans just coming around the final corner. Has Elper's pit on the perfect time? I don't think he is. I think Evans is going to get that jump on him. Yes, he does. And Evans in the Alpine takes the lead of this Grand Prix. We've seen that happen just a few weeks ago, where we've seen an Alpine up there at the front of the pack, and actually two of them, both managing to get a second and third there in Brazil. But yeah, so looking on, Dirty Taffy is managed to catch up to the back of Elpers now, that with Elpers pitting. Looking on between the difference between these silver drivers, you can really see how Criters is keeping it nice and steady and just waiting for that opportunity. But he's going to have to be careful, as it's his teammate. One rule you don't want to end up happening is in Formula 1 is colliding with your teammate, which we have seen multiple times. Stuff like that happening in Formula 1. I mean, one significant one came in the Spanish Grand Prix back in 2016 when Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton actually collided together. And that was actually Max Verstappen's first race with the Red Bull, if I do remember correctly, and it was a race he actually ended up winning. So, very lucky there. Criters has left the session, so is that bit of a lag, it seems, and a bit of a disconnect. That's a bit unfortunate. Dirty Taffy's received a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So there's a few drivers that have started their penalties. Connor Griff being overtaken by RIZE McGurk. RIZE McGurk got a great launch there down that Wellington straight. Looking on and trying to make a move on Buckle, but not making it. Oh, Connor Griff going out a bit wide there, struggling on the intermediate tyres in this wet conditions. Yep, that was a wise choice there to lift off. Getting a bit of trying to keep the revs up going around the corner, but of course then that means you're pushing the limit more. You don't want to be pushing the limit too much in these wet conditions, as it's even when you're trying to be steady, sometimes the car could just not want to listen to you and just go right off into a barrier. But looking on right now, Buckle managing to do a beautiful move there on Mitchie, going around the inside of Stowe. We're on at lap 8 now out of 26. Evans has got a 1.7 second gap on Elper, so that's closed in by half a second over the past couple of laps. And it's going to continue to close in slowly but surely, side by side. RIZE McGurk up the inside there at turn 1. Beautiful stuff there from the Haas driver. And is he going to be able to get past Bucko now for that 4th position? And the question is, how long is this rain going to go on? Is it going to be going on much longer, or is it going to get heavier, or just stay the same? That is the question we're all wondering. Are we going to end up seeing additional pit stops? Oh, there we go. Captain Jeff almost making an additional pit stop into the barrier. Criters now in 8th due to been down quite a bit there, but now is getting back up and going again. Griff getting past Mitchie and up into 6th position. Looking on at this, having to be very cautious regarding where they're placing the car. Don't want to be going on the off the racing line too much and going into the puddles, but of course you don't want to end up being on the racing line where there's more rubber and it's a lot more slippery also, so you have to try and find that good balance. RIZE McGurk, though, looking like he is taking different lines compared to what you would normally take in the dry, and that is going to allow him up past Buckle, is it? No! He was giving it a good shot there, though. Let's see if he could... Oh! Buckle just gets a snap oversteer there and has to correct and ends up losing 2 positions. RIZE McGurk's continued pressure there on the Red Bull driver has inevitably been Buckle's downfall there in that battle. Now RIZE McGurk has got Dirty Taffy and Elpars up next. Dirty Taffy is 1.6 seconds away. I don't think he's going to have the help of the DRS. So no rear wing open. Just for clarification, Mitchie Boy's really not doing well in this wet weather. Don't think he was prepared for this. And that is one issue, is a lot of drivers unfortunately neglect wet weather racing. Not gonna lie, kinda guilty of it myself. But looking on right now, the Silvers are not doing too well considering they're, I think if I remember right, they were top of the leaderboard in yep, so Silver are in the lead for the constructors, and I think it's impossible almost for Buckle messing up and allows both Silvers past it, and I think it's impossible for Alpine to win. They would need 26 points all in all in order to win it, but I think Silver has had the most victories this season, so it's a bit unfortunate there. Buckle getting right out of shape there, and was that contact? Did the contact happen? Yeah, Mitchie Boy's actually got front wing damage. Did that Silver? That is not going to be helping them right now, and that is going to be a major hindrance. Yep, that's all we could do is let Buckle past, as he's just going to be slowing himself and Buckle down, unfortunately. We'll see if the Silver driver is going to skip and a jump into the pit lane. No, he stays out. He's got Captain Jeff, who's going to leave Mitchie vulnerable behind. RIZE McGurk's not able to close that gap that he needs on Dirty Taffy just yet. He's still sitting about 1.7 seconds, 1.6 seconds back from the podium positions. Not much has changed in that aspect as of yet. Conor Griff still trying to close the gap on the Haas of McGurk. Going up the inside at left field there, going for it, but unfortunately not managing to get the momentum needed. Oh, Connor Griff right close to the back of McGurk now. Is McGurk going to be vulnerable here on the exit of Chapel? We will soon see how things... And oh my god, there's a bloody fly on my screen and it's doing me nothing. Fuck off. There we go. Ah, there we go. Stupid fly. Oh, they annoy me. There we go, Mitchie Boy now finally being overtaken. Jeff managing to get past. Took a bit longer than I had anticipated. But there we go. Connor Griff still staying close to the back of that Haas. Not able to go for a move as of yet. I seen a lot of these drivers were coming in. Are they able to jump onto the wet tyres? Because I don't think it's time just yet. Of course, I'm not a driver out there on track, but it is quite unusual. Oh, Connor going for that slip up the inside there, but ends up having to yield. Oh, Connor trying every which way he can to trying to get past that Haas of McGurk. But McGurk having absolutely nothing. And not letting him get a single inch up alongside. So now we've got a four-way battle for that third place now. McGurk has finally managed to catch up to the back of Dirty Taffy after I think Dirty Taffy's made a bit of an error. Now McGurk could smell the blood in the water, is going to go in for that. Evans extended that gap out insane amount now, 5.5 seconds over the past, 6-7 laps. So doing very nicely there in that Alpine out there in the clean air. No dirty air to worry about, and Elpar seems to be having be struggling quite a bit also. So now it's turned into a massive battle for second place now. Anybody who is watching along right now, please feel free to fire a comment in and let me know what you think of this race and of the channel. Be much appreciated. If you like the content, leave a like and maybe subscribe if you want to see more of the content. Looking at Mitchie and Captain Jeff, these two have been battling out, and I'm actually surprised that Mitchie's managing to put up such an insane defence here and such an insane battle with the Haas after the Silver, has got a little bit of front wing damage. We can see that there is no right wing end plate on the front wing. But right now we're going to move further up, and we're seeing this battle still unfold for second place, and we're going to go for a rear view facing mirror of Elpers. Oh, Conor Griff getting a 3-second time penalty. We'll have a look at penalty situations right now. So Conor Griff, the only driver to get 6 seconds worth of penalties. Not very good. Not very good at all. So all drivers have only made 1 pit stop in this race. Evan is actually the quickest driver out on track right now and doing very nicely. Kreiter's going for that move on Conor, but Conor looked like he had the switchback there going through Stowe. Welcome along, folks who are joining. Just seen that counter rising up there. Dirty Taffy there getting a 3-second time penalty. Welcome along, all those who have joined. RIZE McGurk getting right up the back of that diffuser of the McLaren, and I think we could see a move happening in just a moment. Not too far away now. He's trying to catch that slipstream from his teammate up ahead, and Elpers is actually, seems like he's not using much of that battery, which is actually quite surprising. I would have thought would have been gone for it a bit more in order to trying to get that lead, as we've only got about 10 laps remaining. Trying to cool them tyres down, it seems. The tyres running a bit hot. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, yep, they are a little, so not the best. Gonna have to try and start driving in the puddles to try and cool them tyres down as much as possible. Down the hanger straight into Stowe the goal. So Evan went on to lap 17 5 seconds ago, and the rest are just following on now. So 10 laps remaining in this Grand Prix now. Is Evan going to be able to stay cool, calm and collected and be able to walk away with the final victory in Season 2? That's the question. Although Dirty Taffy has now managed to get past Elpers, and it looks like RIZE McGurk's going to be able to do the same. As you can see, he's going to take that inside line going into Brooklands, breaking late. Goes the McLaren, but the Haas, keeping it on the racing line, manages to hold off. Is Kreiter's going to be able to come back and past that McLaren? It doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going to be Elpers down into 4th. He's lost out in 2 positions. Is he going to go for a move up the inside of Cops? Get an absolutely terrible camera angle for this. Bloody hell, EA, sort your shiznit it out. Terrible camera angle, as always. RIZE McGurk then gets overtaken by Elpers, and Elpers is going off the track there at Magnussen. Beck is getting a bit too out of control there and loses more positions, down into 6th after leading this Grand Prix at the start. This is not the race, unfortunately. We're doing very, very nice. McGurk and Kreiter's battling out for that 3rd position, and oh, Conor Griff went right up the rear of Kreiter's and has destroyed that front wing of his. And has the same happened to Elpers? Nope, Elpers trying to go for that overtake though, but it's not going to matter really, considering that Aston Martin does have to have a front wing change. So in does come both of the drivers, but soft, no way, am I seen that right? Soft, what is going on, folks? Soft tyres for the McLaren, wet tyres for the Silver. The rest of the grid is on intermediates. What in the blue blazes is going on here, folks? one of these two drivers is about to go skating off the track, and I think it's going to be the McLaren of Elpers. Looking at this track, it's too wet right now still, and I think both of these drivers might actually go skating off. I don't think the wet tyres are the right call for Connor. We'll watch the gap between them. 3.1 second there, and it looked like Connor was getting a better jump there. Elpers getting a 3 second time penalty. What in the... I'm honestly totally confused as to how the soft tyres have went on. Because there's no way that was his call. And I don't think that was the call of Connor either. Because it's still intermediate weather, I would say. I mean, the dry line is forming, but I would still say it's intermediate weather. But it looks like the wets are the faster tyre over the slick tyres right now, by quite a considerable margin, that is. And there we go, Connor up the inside of Stowe, and yeah, we're going to see Elpers coming to the pits. No, staying out. Bucco's struggling, and maybe, is it time for wet weathers? Dirty Taffy's left the session, disconnectivity issues. Evans has got this in the bag, it seems. Looks like up to now it seems like the Alpine can get the victory. But who has got that fastest lap? It's Kreiters in that Silver, so that extra point will go to the Silver team, and that'll put them on at the very least an extra couple of points. And it'll be enough to just manage to keep their lead in this constructor standing. We're on lap 19, about to go into lap 20. RIZE McGurk is right close to the back of Dirty Taffy. Not close enough to make a move just yet, but is going to be trying to get past as quick as he can due to Dirty Taffy just coming back into the lobby now. Let's see, is McGurk going to be able to get past before the McLaren joins? And you could hear that pressure piling on. He's just hoping to get there before, and it looks like... Is he joined? Yep, Dirty Taffy has joined, but it looks like McGurk's going to be able to go around the outside, going into the loop. There's contact there. No damage, it seems, and Haas manages to get up into second place with Kreiters coming up into third. Dirty Taffy is still going to be battling out, using up all that Barry, going down into Brooklands. Is he going to take that inside line? Nope, he decides better against it. The rain has stopped. The rain has stopped. So Elpar's the only driver on the soft compound tyres now. But the track is still slightly damp, and oh, you don't want to go in the curbs. The curbs are a no-go zone. That will just end up sending you on a one-way trip into the barrier. And your driver going into the wall and wrecking that car, unfortunately. Oh, Dirty Taffy all over the place there. The intermediate tyre's not the tyre of choice now, it seems. Nope, Evans stays out. What about McGurk and Kreiters? Are any of them coming in? Oh, McGurk doing a little fake there on Kreiters to see if Kreiters is going to go for that move and follow him into the pits, but it seems that Kreiters didn't fall for it. Lap 21 out of 26. Evans still leading 8.4 seconds the gap to the lead to second place. Oh, Conor Griff, 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and that is what happens when you go in too quick on the set of wet tyres. Are they going on the intermediates or the dry compound? I think it's going to be a set of softs. Yep, set of softs, red-walled Pirellis for the Aston Martin. We get the tyre start up, and everyone is on the soft tyres, including Dirty Taffy, who's up into 4th position right now. Kreiter's going up the inside, down the hanger, straight into Stowe. DRS has now been enabled, so then that's going to make who's going to come in first? It looks like it's going to be Kreiter. RIZE McGurk not going to be able to challenge just yet. A 10-second time penalty, and that fluffs his race up, unfortunately. He won't be able to serve that 10-second time penalty just now. Dirty Taffy could possibly end up taking that 3rd place due to that penalty. Evans just coming out of the pit now. Yep, Dirty Taffy's just coming into club now. Yep, going to sit in 4th position, unfortunately not being able to catch up enough. 9.2 seconds the gap. Everyone has got a penalty. Let's have a look at the penalty situations. So 10 seconds for both Kreiters and McGurk. So if Dirty Taffy could close that in by another, about 3 seconds even, you could actually get that 2nd place. It's going to be very, very tight though. We're on lap 22, about to go into 23 now. After that we'll have 4 more laps left. There we go, moving on to lap 23. This battle between McGurk and Kreiters is just heating up, and this is going to determine who's going to get that 2nd place or not. Who's going to walk away with it? That's the question. There's no that Dirty Taffy isn't going to be able to get it, as they're sitting at about 12 seconds deficit, 12.5 second deficit on McGurk right now. But McGurk using that DRS now down the Wellington straight and takes that 2nd place back off of Kreiters. You're saying you might have won the championship, you might have won the war, but you're not winning this battle, it seems. Halfway through the 23rd lap out of 26. 10.2 seconds the gap between Evan and McGurk. So Evan doing it very, very nicely to try and extend that gap as much as possible. McGurk getting a bit out of shape coming into Chapel there. Is this going to be the chance for Kreiters to get up the inside going into Stowe? Nope, he's going to have to take the long way around. Is that the best way though to try and defend? Well, for this term it was. Evan puts in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And I could feel that time is just going to be getting quicker and quicker over the next few laps, but we'll see if that is going to continue to be the case. Kreiters hunting down McGurk here. They've both got 10-second time penalties, but it's not going to phase them, fortunately enough for them. Now he's got to get through this section here of Maggots and Beckett's perfectly, try and keep that perfect line, carry that momentum through as much as he can, but it looks like he's going a bit too hard there as he was going through the middle section. But is he going to be able to get enough speed to catch up to go for the move? It doesn't look like it. Having to settle for third again this lap, as we're about to go onto lap 25 in just a moment. McGurk gets a 3-second time penalty, the one thing he did not want. That is going to be absolutely chaos now. Needs to pull a bit more of a gap in order to guarantee that he's going to at least stay on the podium. Try and pull away by 3 seconds at least over Kreiters to get that podium. But looking on right now, 14 seconds is the gap between Dirty Taffy and McGurk if we're taking into account penalties. So we're on the penultimate lap now. How is McGurk in that Haas sitting in second place going to be able to do regarding how much he's under pressure right now? As long as he keeps that up, it could be all good. Sitting about 2.5 seconds right now of a gap. Kreiters is just taking it nice and easy now, it seems, just holding up with that battery. We better hope not to end up falling out DRS range and slipping another 2 seconds back on the last lap. That could be absolutely chaos. Half a second is the gap now between second and third. 12.3 seconds is the gap to RIZE McGurk and Evan. Evan doing excellently this whole race. Managing to get that jump in the pit stops, going on to the intermediate compounds and coming out quite a bit of ahead of the rest of the pack. So nicely done from them. Kreiters not having much time left in order to go for that overtake, not going for it just yet. We'll stay with Bucko, see what they're doing. They're trying to catch up to Dirty Taffy. This could determine who's going to end up finishing in fourth, as both of them end up having 6 seconds worth of penalties. I'm going to move up right now to Kreiters. This is going to be his last opportunity to go for this, to get that second place on the track, of course. Let's see also in a moment how Dirty Taffy is going to deal with the mounting pressure of Bucko. Kreiters, knowing that McGurk has that 13 seconds worth of penalties, still goes for it. We've got Dirty Taffy and Bucko swapping places here on the final lap, and Bucko moving up into fourth position. Dirty Taffy, after doing an excellent start to this Grand Prix, looks like he's going to possibly finish in fifth position, depending on how Bucko could do it. Now we'll go Dirty Taffy in fifth, but Evan comes out as the victor. An insane amount of time ahead of their rivals Kreiters and McGurk, and that was even on track without penalties. Bucko in fourth, Dirty Taffy in fifth with Captain Jeff sixth, Elpers in seventh, eighth for Mitchy Boy, and Connor Griff is now coming across the line slowly but surely. And there we'll have it, folks. That is the end of season 2. Make your history in RIZE Racing League. We'll have a quick rundown there. Creators getting the driver of the day from EA. My personal one would be Evan, who didn't set a foot wrong here today. Absolutely excellent and well-deserved win there for the Alpine team. And also managing to procure that fastest lap. Also, only driver into the 129s by a considerable... No, sorry, Buckle was also the other one, but by a considerable margin. 129.385, the second fastest time was a 129.747. So, big difference. Bit of a difference there between them two. Craters came home in second, with McGurk in third and fourth for Buckle. Dirty Taffy in fifth, sixth for Captain Jeff Elpars in seventh, Mitchy Boy in eighth and ninth for Connor Griff. So, this is, I think, possibly going to be my last stream for RIZE Racing League. So, it has been a pleasure commentating for you guys. And it's certainly been different, we'll say, with it being a realistic racing league and based a bit more on pace and performance rather than just everyone having an even car. And so you guys actually tried to adapt to that, which excellently done. But yeah, I'd like to say to everyone watching, you guys take care of yourself. It's been great, and until next time, it is peace out.